Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. How are you all doing? I hope you are all having an amazing day, whether it is evening or noon, morning, you name it. I am here and today is actually a very good day in New York City. Yesterday was also good. What I noticed, guess what? I was out and about yesterday. Before we start talking about the herbs, I was out and about yesterday, and in case you guys don't know, I live in Brooklyn, and I was completely shocked of the amount of people that was on the road. Okay, it's like everything is open. I mean, the stores and everything were closed, but people were out biking, people were out laying on grass, the park was filled. I was like, and for one moment, I'm like, this is not good. This is just not good. Way too soon. Way too soon. What is happening where you are living? Are you guys still on the lockdown, or is it just the same as Brooklyn here, where people just find that the day was good and they had to go out, they have to do something? I think people sometimes they just get, after a while, people tend to forget. But I'm here to tell you guys, wherever you are, whatever is going on, do not let your guards down. It's way, way, way too early, okay? Wherever you are, do not let your guards down. And don't be a follow fashion. That's something we normally say back home. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's about fashion. It just means that don't do what you think the neighbors are doing or your friends are doing or what you see other people doing. Take care of you. Be safe, guys. Be safe. If you stay home, you save life. It's too early for people to be socializing in the park. Whether you are staying 3 feet or 6 feet apart, lying in an open field with hundreds of people is not good at all. Okay. And I'm in Brooklyn, as I said, and I didn't like what I saw yesterday. Now, you might be asking now, how is it that you don't like what you see and you were actually out there? I went out because I'm in an enclosed area in the privacy of my car. I didn't plan on getting out any at all. I just want a little breather, okay? And I know most people is out because they want a little breather, and I do understand that. But what was going on was more than a big breather. People were sitting on park benches and just relaxing, talking, and it was just too much. It was just too much. So today, guys, guess what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about herbs. And in case you're wondering what are herbs, some people use a lot of herbs and they really don't know what herbs are. But herbs are any form of a plant that flowers, that is either used for culinary purposes, medicinal purposes, and what else? Topical purposes, okay? All right, so 7 of the best herb that is good for your skin. We normally stray from the topic, so we might get into a little bit about other uses of some of these herbs that are not necessarily quote unquote for the skin, but not too much, just a little bit, but mostly we're going to talk about herbs for the skin. Welcome to Sunday Chit Chat. If you're new to the chat, feel free to comment and let us know you're new so we could give you your shout out. Also, at this time we normally do some shout out, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We have Karen McDowell and Jason Anderson, and we also have Magdalene, and these names are highlighted in green. It's for a reason, that because they are members of the channel. You subscribe to the channel, but you can also become a member, which is a little bit more than being a subscriber. And this is a monthly thing. You look down below, you're going to see a join button. If you click on that, it's going to take you to a page where you can choose whatever it is that you want to do, how you want to support the channel. So we want to welcome our members. And on top of that, I should have first welcome our moderator for the show, which is Lucy. So if you see Lucy with blue with a spanner, that is because she's a moderator. And what the moderator does on the show is to make sure that the comments are clean and also to give a little bit of a pointer to some of the things that I'm actually talking about. So welcome, Lucy, and we want to thank you for always being here for us. We also have MAHK. How are you? Sharon Henry, Essie, and we also have Palm Brains. We also have Alima. I think it's the first time I'm seeing this name. We also have Amina Romley, regular on the chart. Elizabeth Lasosa, regular on the chart. Pauline C. Hi, Pauline. How are you? You made it back. We also have Miss Glow. Welcome. I see this is the first time I'm seeing Miss B Glow. Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Chit Chat with Oh, I almost tell you guys my name, like my name. It's okay. My name is Marvette. Anyway, hello, Rita Holmes. How are you? I know you already know my name, Rita. And we also have James, Janet. Good afternoon. We have Celine Rosera. Good afternoon. And we also have Jackie Mendoza, a regular on the chat. You're from Trinidad, and welcome. I'm going to continue to do some more shout out. Hello, Paulette Lancy. How are you? And I hope I didn't miss. I'm going to miss some name for sure because I'm not seeing all the names in my views. All right, guys. So if you are using any particular herb on your skin and you want to share that with us while we talk about these herbs, please go ahead and do so. Also, if you're watching, you like the topic, you want to show your support to the channel, just give the video a thumbs up, which is below. That way we can know that you're liking the show, and it really helps the show also when it comes on to the viewership. And Terenji, my friend in New York and in Connecticut are staying home. I'm in Georgia and people are out in the park and stores here. Whoa. All right. So yes, we here in New York, we have New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut that actually form a team, an alliance to make sure that they all do the same thing, because it's just a short ride. So, it wouldn't be good if one state is open and the other state is closed, because people tend to go across pretty easily. Molly, Korea, I think that is Corriear. How are you? Welcome. Trend in fashion. Hey, you looking pretty. Thank you for that. We have Najina, Bibli. Hello, Chichi. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you too. And we have Saha, S-A-R, Sarah, S-A-H-R-A. Hello, madam. How are you? Please help me with what I use for my oily skin. And we have some herbs that we're going to talk about today that are also good for oily skin. Now, the first herb I want to talk about, guys, is one that a lot of you might be using right now in your kitchen. Also, a lot of you might be very, very familiar with this herb. However, what I think that a lot of people are not aware of is that this herb is actually good for your skin to use topically on the skin. I do make a few videos with this herb, but personally for me, I would basically say this is one of my favorite herbs, whether to use it topically or to use it culinary. And this is a basil, okay? Basil is amazing for the skin. It contains all the important vitamins that is good for your skin. Basil contains vitamin A, vitamin C. It also contains K vitamin, which is great for dark under eye circles. It's antiseptic, it's antibacterial, and therefore that makes it good for acne prone skin. It is also good for duller looking skin. It is also good for wrinkles and fine lines in the form of the vitamin A, which will help to smooth the wrinkles and boost the collagen production. The vitamin C in the basil is going to clear the skin of hypopigmentation, clear the skin, and it is also going to help to shrink those pores by cleaning out those pores. And guess what, guys? For those of you with acne, this is actually an amazing herb that you can actually just blend that herb and just apply that blended puree on your skin, leave it on for 30 minutes, and it's going to help to clear up that acne because of the antiseptic and antibacterial properties. Now, I use a lot. When I say I use a lot, I mean I use a lot of basil, okay? Because it is not only good for your skin, but it is also good for your intestine, which I said I am really not going to get too deep into that, and we're going to keep it at skincare. But definitely, guys, if you can make a good herb tea, make some basil tea. Now, I grew up drinking basil, and I'm going to say I grew up drinking basil mint. That's what we used to call it back home, basil mint. And my grandmother had a little patch of basil, which we call basil, right in her front garden. I never forget that. And she used to once in a while pick the leaves and she used to make it into tea for us to drink. Okay, so I knew of it as a tea leaf, a mint leaf. Basil mint. We used to call it a mint. However, when I came here, I noticed that a lot of people were using it to cook, and then I started to do my research on it, and I noticed that it is mostly used for cooking. So that is my little love affair with basil, and ever since then, I'm a basil person. I like to put a lot of basil in my pasta. I just put it in anything, even if I'm just doing some rice, I just throw some basil in there, and I always have it in my refrigerator. Now I tried my hands on a lot of basil plants. Okay, like now, if it was regular and we could go out, I would have gone to the farmers market and I would get my little basil plant and I would plant them up in the backyard. However, I'm not very lucky with them because they always, just don't survive the winter, even though I take them inside. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I still like to plant my basil because I use it a lot. And sometime like this time of the year, when you go to the farmer's market, you'd get it like in a big stalk, like a big bunch. So what I would do, I take it home, I wash it thoroughly, and then I get a Ziplocker bag. I put a piece of paper towel in that Ziplocker bag. I put my basil in it, zip it up, and I freeze it. And that way I am preserving my basil so I have fresh basil to use right throughout the year. So definitely, guys, don't be afraid to use basil. Basil, what is it that you call it? It all spelled the same way. But some people say basil, I said a basil. Some people might say, I don't even know. But definitely, guys, use up your basil. And it is, as Lucy said, basil protects skin from environment stressor, reducing appearance of wrinkles and fine lines. And Taryn, I took holy basil, which is good for you. See, holy basil. That's another thing too. And Pauline, do you remember our little basil tree, like little plant in the front, which never ever die? I think probably if you go there now, it might still be there in my grandma front garden. And Annette Williams, happy Sunday, everyone. I hope that you're all doing well, and we thank you for that. And welcome, Alima. No, last Sunday we chat. Okay, Alima. Yes, I think that's coming back now. All right, so welcome. Sola, I'm gonna mess this up. Sukali Suga. I think I got it right. I'm gonna say it really fast. Sukali Suga. I often use ACV to cleanse my skin, but green tea is great along with fenugreek tea, and that's another amazing thing to have, the fenugreek, but that's like a complete other show. But yes, I do. I just recently bought a big little can of the fenugreek, trying my hands at it also, guys. So guys, if you are wondering how can I use basil leaf on my skin, pretty easy, several ways. You can actually choose to use it as a facial toner, or you can use it as a facial mask. I think I have a video with basil as a facial toner. It's a very old video. Don't know where to find it. It's somewhere there. But how to use it as a facial toner? What you're gonna do? You're actually gonna boil the leaves. So you're gonna get a bunch of basil leaf, put it in some hot water, and let it boil. And as soon as it starts to boil, you just turn the stove off, cover it, and leave it there for a couple of minutes, a couple of hours, however long you feel like for it to brew. Once this is brewed and cooled, you're going to strain that off in a spray bottle. And you can actually use that directly on the skin. Okay, you can use it directly on the skin, or you can add other things to it. You can add a little bit of a green tea with it. Mix it with the green tea for your facial toner. You can add some vegetable glycerine to it. You can also add some rosehip oil, just a little tip, and use that on your face. It's amazing. The way I personally like to use it is to use it as a facial mask. I like to mix it with stuff like yogurt, and now I'm so into this rice cream that I make that I like to mix it with the rice cream also. If you don't know how to make the rice cream, you can actually check my channel. Any video that I said, recent videos that I said anti-aging, most likely if I'm using rice in it, it's going to be rice cream. Just take regular rice, blend it to a powder, pour hot water on it, blend it, it's going to come out very, very creamy. If you pour cold water on it, it's not going to be creamy. And then you just blend that basil and blend everything to get it all nice, juicy. Pour it in with the rice, blend it again, and use that on your skin. Amazing. You can do the same if you're using yogurt. Okay, so you just blend it. You can also use this with your egg white. For those of you who are looking to tighten and firm the skin, when you get that egg white, you mix some basil juice in it, blend it up, and use it as a facial mask. Really, 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 really good. And if you want to get the skin looking amazing from inside out, you make yourself some basil tea. Just an amazing herbs. I know some people might not be familiar with it depending on where you are from, or maybe you're like me growing up thinking that it was only for, tea purposes. All right, guys, if you have any question on basil, feel free to ask right now. Another thing I forget about basil to mention is that it do have calcium and magnesium, and it also have omega-3 fatty acid. All right, so with Juliana Robinson, how are you? It's it's funny, my 5-year-old girl just alerted me that Gigi had signed on, and she's really onto it. I bet she is a little beauty queen. Hello, Keisha Rowe, how are you? Hi, Jackie Henry, welcome, welcome. Mike Barn Olden, I Gigi looking gorgeous today, and thanks for sharing the valuable information and using herb for cleansing the face. And thank you so much for that. Alexandra, Nicholas, what's best for hyperpigmentation? And we're moving on to that very soon. If this is the first time watching, feel free to comment. And if you have any question about herbs, comment. If you have an herb that you're using and you want to share that with us, go ahead and share it. Now we're moving on to a herb, and I don't think I ever talk. I think I talk about this in my Let's Talk Skincare with Khichibeauty, but I never ever talk about it on Sunday Chit Chat, and that is dandelion. For those of you watching, do you guys know dandelion? Now, how I came across dandelion is actually from my farmer's market, okay? So I know about it, reading about it in books and stuff like that, but my first, ever, holding using dandelion is I went to the farmer's market. I have a really good farmer's market pretty close to my house, and I would really love to go there in the summertime. So they have a mix of mixed greens, which is young vegetables, vegetable leaves, and in it they also mix it with the dandelion. So I was a little curious, like, what is that? And the guy was like, oh, that's dandelion. And I'm like, yeah. I know about dandelion, but I've not ever seen it or know how to use it. And then he was like, oh yeah, the young dandelion, you use it in your salad and stuff, just the way we mix it. And you can also use the same dandelion to make tea. And now I'm talking about dandelion, and I just remember something about going back home about dandelion. Funny enough, it just came back. But yeah, so I purchased some dandelion. I take it home, I mix it up with my mixed greens, and I use it in my salad and stuff like that. And then I kind of like it because it do have a little, kind of a licorice kind of a taste like that. And I started research dandelion, only to find that dandelion is also good to use on the skin topically, okay? Dandelion is good to use on the skin topically. If you're familiar with dandelion, please comment. Now, when it comes on to dandelion, one of the most important thing is that it is good for psoriasis, it is good for eczema, it is also good for acne-prone skin. Very, very good for those three, right? It's also good to clear the skin of hyperpigmentation that might not necessarily be from acne, but on a whole, if you have dull looking skin, using the dandelion on the skin is amazing. Some people can get fresh dandelion, while some people could get dandelion in tea bags form. However, your farmer's market, your grocery store, depending on where you live, or some of you might just be able to just go in the backyard and pick some dandelion. But definitely, guys, that is something to use on the skin. Let me see if there's anybody watching that is familiar with dandelion. Ali, please advise me best moisturizer for oily skin. We're getting that. Essie, I'm using vitamin E, 1-3 IU natural, but still get a reaction. You probably need to cut it down to 5,000 IU. 5,000 IU, do not use it directly on your skin. If you get in a reaction, mix it with another oil such as, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just seeing the comment and I'm thinking that's what is happening. Mix it with some oils like some rosehip oil or even your very own olive oil or coconut oil, just a little bit, and just water it down. Okay, not directly on the skin. All right, so we are Mike. This is my first time doing a live stream with you personally, and how did you get started on this face cleansing with herbs and other sort of things? Okay, I actually, you're new and I'm going to answer the question. I grew up with a lot of eczema all over, from head to toe to ears, all over my body. I was that one kid that, looked very spotty going to school, and I was a little embarrassed of the way my skin looked. So I turned to skincare product on my own. Whatever it is that is good for my skin that is on the market, selling on the bottle, I would buy. However, lo and behold, I do have a sensitive skin, and some products, depending on the ingredient or the preservative that it's used, would irritate my skin. So what I start to do is to turn to natural ingredients and making my own stuff at home, where I get better result. I save a lot, and what I do next, I just share them with you guys. So that's how I get started. And now my skin is clean. When I walk around, people's like, skin is looking amazing, but I guess it is hereditary. No, it's not. It's not. Or it's because you look like this, why your skin, because no, it's not. It's work. All right. Anyway, so that's how I get started. And I grew up with a wonderful grandmother that know a lot of natural herbs and stuff like that. So I did learn a bit, and I so wish, she was here for me to quiz her. May God, rest her soul. And yeah, so that's how we started. All right. So moving on. Hello, Maya Morrison. How are you? We're going to talk about elderflowers. I was just looking to see if there's anybody that is familiar with dandelion. And we have Joycelyn. Hello from Philly. I've been following you for a few months now because of your beauty regimen. Are easy to do. Thanks for the tips and welcome, welcome, welcome. Sharon K. Hello. Khichi and everyone, welcome. All right, so there's no one that is commenting about the dandelion. So, okay, one person, Michelle. I use dandelion from time to time it grow in my area. See what I mean? I know some people could just walk outside and just pick it. If you're not familiar with dandelion, guys, when the show is over, go ahead and do some research on it. Know that it is good as a baby green, and it's good to use topically, and it's also good to use, internally for cleansing the system. But as I said, we're not going to go into the cleansing area much, but it is good. Natasha Archer also know dandelion. So we do have a few people that know about dandelion. And Jennifer McFarlane, yes, I did. I saw my dad drink it, and see what I mean? And we have Cindy Banks. Good evening. Is there anything you can do for a dark spot under the chin and under an unwanted hair? Yes, and you're right up my alley. I like to use turmeric on my skin, especially for unwanted hair. And also, I like to use a lot of potato because it do works for me. However, something works for some people, some don't. I have an amazing recipe on my channel where I blend the potato and I put the turmeric in there. You probably could give that a try and see what happens. Policy, remember they used to use it on us for bee sting. Yes. So what I was saying a while ago when I was talking that, somehow I just remember something about dandelion. That's what I remember, that, it's not strange. You didn't just discover it in America. You used to use it back home also. So thank you for reminding me about that. Margaret, dandelion. I just missed that comment. Dandelion makes a wonderful tea. All right. So see, some people know about it for tea. And Auntie Chichi, I'm getting double voice on my end. Please help us if you can. Is there anyone else getting double voice? On my end, it seems like everything is going great. Michelle Carrington, I had that same spot on my skin a lot, but I'm pretty clear now, okay? See what I mean? Jackie Massey, hello from Jacqueline from Scotland. I was out picking dandelion for making jam and vinegar. Oh my goodness. Whoa, I wish I could get some of that. No joke. Like, just send me the recipe and let me see if I could whip it up. I love jam. I love jam so much. That's when I travel, I like to buy jam, but I like to buy the unusual ones. Like, she's making dandelion, like just unusual stuff that goes into making jam, because some people go all out. I would love to try that jam. So definitely, guys, dandelion is really, really good. And you want to know if I have a good recipe for using dandelion? Yes, 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 yes. You know I'm not gonna go without talking about a good recipe. All right, guys. So if you have access to the dandelion, especially fresh dandelion, it's summertime where I'm at. Regardless of what time it's where you are, you might live somewhere where it's spring. You might live somewhere where you could get it in little packages in the store in the form of tea bags, whichever way you get it. I'm gonna see if I could find a link when I'm done to put it below where you could get some, the dandelion in the form of tea bags. Now, what you're gonna do, you're gonna use the dandelion just the way you use green tea or chamomile tea. Okay, so you can either brew it and use it as a spritz on your face, or you can blend it and mix it with rice, banana, not all together. Mix, dandelion with banana. Use it on your face as a face mask. Mix it with some rice cream. Use it on your face as a face mask. You can even choose to mix it with some yogurt. Hopefully, I'll remember to make a video using the dandelion in several different ways for you guys. But definitely treat the dandelion the same way you treat the basil. Okay? All right. So we're moving on to elderflowers. And if you're out there and you know anything about elderflowers, comment, 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 comment. I'm in love with elderflowers. The drink, like, it's like I can't get enough of it. Like, I can't get enough of it. And I have a friend in England. When I go to England, guys, to me, elderflowers is everywhere. Like, everywhere you could find a drink, something with elderflowers. Here in America, it's like now they're just like getting on the bandwagon and they're making like some natural drink and stuff with elderflowers. If I'm wrong, correct me, but just what I see. And my friend sent me a whole set of elderflower tea bags and like really good. The flavor is amazing. However, this is one that is good for internally and externally. Elderflowers have so many benefits for the skin on a whole, whether you drink it as a tea or you use it topically on your skin or you just brew it and use it as a facial toner. It is good. If you're using elderflowers, if you know anything about elderflowers, let me know. Now, guess what, guys? For those of you out there with mature skin, this one is for you. This is the one you're going to use like there's no tomorrow because it's good for boosting collagen production in the skin. Elderflowers is good for smoothing those wrinkles and fine lines. The dull looking skin, sometimes you don't have this fresh look. Elderflowers is for you. Mature skin, guys, looking for a good anti-aging herb to use on the skin. Definitely check out the elderflowers. Now, you might not be able to get fresh elderflowers, but you can get it in tea bags. It's all over. So definitely check it out. And I'm going to try to put a link below where you could get this elderflowers. First, I would suggest that you start to try it as a tea. Okay, you're gonna have a lot of drinks. Now that you know about it, you're gonna see a lot of drink out there with it. Go for those that have little to no sugar. I mean, that's what I like, the natural ones, and start using up your elderflowers. Very soon, you're gonna see elderflowers all over. Okay, it was always around, but it wasn't like getting the recognition that it should get. But very soon, you're going to start seeing elderflowers everywhere. When I go to my vegan restaurant, there's like a lot of elderflower drink and all of that. Like, it's out there, so definitely take note, guys. If you're familiar with elderflower, please comment, comment, comment. All right, so Lucy, they have also shown to promote blood circulation and are packed with vitamin A, C, and E. These are excellent for making the skin firmer, improving complexion, and evening out the skin tone. So that is what I'm trying to tell you guys, how good this elderflowers is. The elderflowers is, acne prone skin. And for those of you with oily skin, guys, the elderflowers is good for your skin also. And as I said, use it the way you use your green tea, all right? So make your facial toner with it. A good blend is some elderflowers, brewed with some star anise, that is gonna take your skin to the next level. Chill it in the fridge, spritz it on your face, or use it on a face mask sheet. Apply it to your skin, sit back with it, relax with it for 30 minutes, and then you rinse off. Another way you can use up your elderflowers is in your personal homemade cream. So what you do, you blend it, and most cream that you're making at home, you're going to use a little bit of water. Make this water that you're going to use in it, whether you're blending shea butter or whatever, make the water be elderflower water, and that's how you're going to get it on your skin in your body cream. All right, very, very good. Very, very good. And as I said, and you mentioned that you do have the vitamin A, and that's why I'm telling you, for mature skin, this one is definitely for you. So we're moving on to another herb that I personally like also. Let me see. Maya elderflowers is one of the herbs I'm taking for my immune system during this time. And you're onto something. You're onto something. All right. So Natasha, I just only know about elderflowers. I use it to make my elderberry syrup. See what I mean? It is, and the flavor is really, really, really nice. And Lucy get dandelion at her herb shop. Okay, so if you live somewhere where you have a herb shop, you might be able to get these herbs. But they have a lot of websites online that deal with just all these natural herbs that you can get. Tina Chowers, I'm getting a lot of statics. So someone else is getting a lot of statics, and someone else is getting double. I'm not sure what is going on. I'm hoping that it is not coming from my end. All right, so okay, I'm back a little better. All right, so not sure what is going on. Let me turn up my my microphone to see. But all right, let's move on. Lucy, how do I refresh the page? All right, so it seems like some people are getting static nowadays, guys. What I think is happening is that there's so many people that are streaming now on YouTube that I think the system is a little overload, because we never normally get any, like, earlier when live just start, we have a few little issues. But I noticed ever since the lockdown, sometimes things is not going the way it should. So I hope you guys understand that that could be coming from the system. Now, Celine, I'm using lemon and ginger with mint leaf for COVID, and that is actually what most people are using. All right, guys, so we are gonna move on since no one is commenting anymore about elderflowers. We're gonna talk about sage. Now, I know once I touch that word sage, there are a lot of you guys gonna be talking about sage, right? We use sage for many different things, all right? And for us lady that is menopausal, that is one good bush for you. Let me not say bush, sorry guys, one good herb for you. Now, where I am from, the honest truth is maybe now things are different, but we call everything that is, leafy green a bush. Like, anything that you have to go out in the field to pick, or in the little wood, not really woods or whatever, we call that bush. However, a lot of these things are really herbs. So sage, 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 sage. Okay, I like to cook with sage. Okay, and I also got into burning sage, but sage is good for your skin. Acne prone skin, this is one of your next best friend. Antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, and also internally it's good for the guts, to cleanse the guts. Mood is good for your mood. It's good for a lot of things. But since we're talking about skincare, we are going to talk about how to use herb on the skin. For those of you with dark under eye circles, wrinkles, dull looking eyes, this is good for you. You can actually choose to make an eye patch with sage just the way you use cucumber. However, you will need to add a little bit of water to the sage when you're blending, because when you blend sage, there's fresh sage we're talking about, guys. We're talking about fresh sage. You can use the dry sage, but you have to brew it. But if you have the fresh sage, put a little water, put it in your container, and blend that sage, strain it out, take some cotton pads, put it in the sage and put it over your eyes. It's going to wake the areas around your eyes up, wake that eyes up. And someone was asking me about whitening the eyes. This is one herb that is good for anything with your eyes. So definitely, guys, apart from us women that need to be drinking a lot of sage when you're at a certain age, as a matter of fact, I think you should really start earlier when it comes on to the sage. You prevent before the action so that you know you're good to go. And some of you know what I'm talking about, but we're not going to get into that. We're just going to keep focusing on using it on our skin topically today. So anyone have any information about sage or a love affair with sage, please comment. Now, Celine, I don't know that sage was good for the skin. Yes, as soon as you're done, go and research it. That's the best bet for you. As soon as you're done, you go and you research that sage. And Keisha wrote thumbs up. We also have Jason. I'm in love with the subject tonight. I learned so much thing. Thank you so much for that, Jason. As a matter of fact, we're going to credit Lucy for the topic today. We actually put it out there for the members, and she was one that came up with, you know, using the herbs for the topic today. So thank you, Lucy, for choosing our topic. Alice Day, how are you? Happy Sunday to you. That is so true. We call everything bush, especially you, Alice Day. You even call salad leaf bush. Okay, so you're worse than anybody else. And Alice Day is actually one of my aunt, guys. So that's why I could speak to her like that. Jeanette Francis, sage is good. All right, Rexo Mouse Egg. What does you do for? What does I'm wondering if you're asking what sage does for the skin. Sage contains a vitamin K. It also contains vitamin A, not as much as the elderflowers, but it do contain vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E, which have to nourish the skin, boost the collagen production, smooth the wrinkles, and fine line. As a matter of fact, most of these herbs contain vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B, and vitamin E, and also vitamin K. It's just that some have more than some. Okay, so when it comes on to base, they do contain more vitamin K than sage. So definitely, you need to know what herb have more of what you're looking for your skin. But definitely, the sage is going to help to do all of that. Brighten, lighten, hydrates the skin, good for acne prone skin, good for dull skin. For those of you with large pores, blackheads, this is one that is good because it has the antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties that can help to smooth the skin. For young people with all that pus going on, sage is good to mix on and use on the skin, and also could add a little tea tree oil to that. It's an amazing remedy, and it's good for other things too, psoriasis, and also it is good for eczema. All right, so definitely, guys, use up your sage and use it just the way I share with the parsley. You can mix it with yogurt, you could mix it with rice, you could mix it with banana, you could just blend it up, crush it up by itself. You could mix it with milk, make a sheet mask over that. You can make a refreshing mask with some watermelon or any melon you have. Take the juice, blend it with that sage, put a sheet mask in it, put it over your face, relax with it, and you're good to go. All right, so we are moving on. Anyone, Julia Robinson, you mentioned thyme. As a matter of fact, Julia, thyme was the last thing on the list. So we're not yet at thyme, but definitely thyme is good. Also, we have time to talk about, and okay, my time is moving a little slow today, maybe because I'm enjoying the topic and I'm so waiting to talk to you guys. Yes, so thyme is also on the list, and we are moving on. All right, so let's see anyone out there have anything to say about sage. Miss Chloe, I have my to take note, your pen to take note. Thank you for that. Michelle Curriton, thank you, Annette. All right. And can you use sage for ear loss? Yes, you can definitely use sage for ear loss. And I didn't talk about that, but yes, and the next herb that I'm going to talk about is also good for ear loss, and that is rosemary. Apart from basil, I think my next favorite herb to eat, that is rosemary. I love the flavor of rosemary, but rosemary is in a class by itself, guys. Rosemary is just good on a whole for you. I like to taste it on when I used to eat meat. I like a good roast chicken with a lot of rosemary on it. But rosemary oil, guys, is one thing that you need to have in your house because it is good for many things, topically and yes, it's good for digestion. It is also good for circulation, but we're not getting too deep into that. Let's keep it for skin. All right. Now, rosemary, guys, is good for hair loss. Someone was just asking. When it comes on to you guys, if you want to choose one herb out of the bunch of herbs that I'm talking about today, this is the one for you. Guys, you definitely should use up the rosemary. The rosemary is good for your beard. It is good for your strong body odor. It is good for your rough skin. Some of you guys' skin is very rough. It is good for your rough skin. The oil is good for down there and other things that we won't get into. But definitely, guys, if you can get some rosemary oil, get that and use it on your skin. However, for everyone else, we're going to be using the rosemary. And how I use the rosemary on the skin, why I'm talking about oil, is because I like to infuse the rosemary. Okay, so you can use any of your basic oil, and there's two ways of infusing the rosemary. You can actually blend the rosemary with some oil and leave the rosemary in the oil for a couple of days, 7 days, 8 days, and then you strain it off. Or you can just leave the rosemary in it. The reason I like to blend it and not just put the stalk in the oil like that, I feel like when it is crushed, I'm getting more benefit from it than just leaving it whole. So crush that rosemary or blend that rosemary with some oil, set it in a dark area, infuse it, and use it up in your skincare remedies. Use it in your facial mask, use it in your facial serum, use it in your facial cream, apply it to the skin directly, mix it with some vitamin E oil. Just enjoy that on your skin. Smooth the skin, smooth the wrinkles also. All of these herbs that I chose today is good for wrinkles and fine lines. All of these herbs I chose today is also good for dull, rough looking skin. We have many other benefits for these herbs also that you can look up when you're done. So I'm giving you just a little tidbit about the herb, and if you're curious when you're done, go and look at it because we don't want to talk anything about medicinal values, but they're all good also for the system on a whole. All right, so we are moving on. Rosemary tail. When one bush upon the rosemary, okay, when one brush upon the rosemary bush, the scent bring memory of those long time. Really, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. All right, so we're learning something today, guys. You can look at Lucy comment. Rosemary for your skin, rich in nutrients included iron, calcium, vitamin, and antioxidant. Rosemary in various forms: rosemary extract, rosemary oil, and rosemary acid. Maranic acid. Okay, guys. So look that up when you are done. All right, let's move on. Esther, can we use basil that is in a bottle at the supermarket? Yes, if it's fresh basil, that the crushed one. Okay, like in my supermarket, you can find it all crushed in a bottle. Like I don't trust that one. But if it's fresh basil, yes, you can use it, and you can also use the dry basil in the bottle. Like most Italian seasoning have the basil in it, or you just buy the dry leaf basil. Steam it. When you get it, you just steam it, and that is going to wake it up. All right, so you can pour some hot water on it if you want to use it, let's say in a rice cream face mask. Pour a little hot water in it, and the leaves are going to get a little bigger, just like tea leaves, and use it up. So definitely good, but make sure it's not mixed with any other. If it's mixed with sage, that is good, but they tend to mix some of these, the Italian mix. So buy just the pure basil in bottles. Elizabeth Lasso, so thank you, Lucy, so much for doing a great job. Yes, Lucy's really doing a great job in terms of explaining these herbs. All right, and we are moving on. If you comment and I didn't respond to your comment, guys, it's maybe because I don't see it or it just moved fast. Sholapi. I'm wondering if I'm messing your name up. Sholape. Sholapi. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Chichi, hope you had a good week. Your response to my mail last Sunday. Why you coming on here exposing? You know how much of these people writing and not getting a reply? Anyway, and you said you would make me a recipe for my dark face in a couple of days, but I didn't get any, please. And there's a lot that has happened this week, my dear. A lot has happened that I can't even say on the show, but definitely it's in my folder to respond to. So hopefully I'll get around to it. Hello, Gina Shower, how are you? Welcome to the show, and we are moving on. Let's see. Lo Kandalor, I messed that up. Permission to join, Madam, new friend here. You're here and welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. We are talking about herbs today, and we just mentioned a lot. We talk about basil, we talk about dandelion, we also talk about sage, we talk about rosemary, and one thing I have here, and I was trying to keep that one for last, is lavender. And lavender is a herb that a lot of us are familiar with. Now, how do we use lavender on the skin? Maybe I don't even need to get into it. However, the fact that most of you know how to use lavender is good to use on your linen, it's good to hydrate the skin, it's good for a lot of other things. One thing some of you might not be aware of is that it's good to use in your food. So this is one time that I'm going to stray because I know a lot of you, if you're watching, however, and you don't know how to use lavender on the skin, you can actually buy lavender water. The first time I actually used lavender water, this was introduced to me by one of my friends, and she's actually from Belgium, and she was like also crazy about lavender water. Now, how they use the lavender water is just the same way we would use rose water, but they're more familiar with lavender water. Like here or where I'm from is rose water, rose water, rose water. They are like lavender water, lavender water, lavender water. So she bought me a couple bottles of lavender water, and I started using the lavender water, and I got so hooked and using the lavender water on my skin. So what I do, I splash it on my skin like a facial toner, refreshing. The smell is amazing, guys. And I started to even make my own lavender water, because once you could get that lavender bush, flowers, that is, guys, sorry. Once you can get lavender flowers, like I get it, well, I'm not getting any lavender flowers this year because I can't go to the farmer's market. But my farmer's market, they are from upstate, and they used to bring down all, they have a booth with just lavender, everything. And I used to just buy the whole bunch of lavender, take it home, steam it, and set it aside. And that is my lavender water. Amazing for the skin, for shower, all over, you name it. You guys already, most of you already know that the lavender is how to use lavender on the skin. Some of you might not know about the lavender water though. Okay, some of you might not know about the lavender water. So you can make your own lavender water. It's out there on the market. You can get it to buy if you want. Or guys, you can actually eat the lavender. Now, true story, guys. I went to this Italian eatery in the city, New York here, and they have a lavender cake that they were selling, and I was a little curious, like, lavender cake. Oh my goodness! But anyway, I went and I tasted it, and it was really, really good. You do have a little, sweet little lavender taste the way it smells, and I like it. So I went home and I started research on lavender. Lo and behold, I found that they use lavender flowers in culinary a lot. I didn't know that. So on my search for this lavender, I discovered this spice. It's an it's a French spice, and it is mixed with basil, it's rosemary, it has sage, and it has lavender in it. And guys, no joke, this is now like one of my favorite blend of herb to use when I'm cooking. It's really, really good. And that actually take me into buying the food grade lavender petals. You could get those to buy. I'll try to put a link below. And I use it a lot. I like to use it, sprinkle over my salad. I like to use it on my cut tomatoes with a little olive oil. I like to use it in my rice. I like to use it on zucchini when I steam zucchini and I pour this, oh, a burst of flavor. Very good. It just takes your cooking to the next level. Like, it makes you seem like you know what you're doing when you're using up the lavender, but it is really, really good. And guys, you can actually make lavender tea that is good. So spritz it on your skin, use it over your body, buy all the stuff you can like me that have the lavender fragrance and use it, to refresh your skin. But if you have to try one thing with lavender, try to make or get the lavender water and use it as a facial toner. Really, really hydrated. For those of you with dry skin, the lavender water is good. You can actually, don't mix the rose water with the lavender. I don't like the smell of that. The combination is not pleasant to me. It might be pleasant to you, but definitely just the way you use rose water, use your lavender water like that. And if anyone on the chat that is from Europe or anywhere over there in Europe that use a lot of lavender, feel free to comment and let us know how you use the lavender, because when you go Europe, there's like lavender, not rose as such, but more so lavender, and I love it. I love everything about lavender. I love, personally, when it comes on to skincare, that's one of my favorite fragrance. So I love a good lavender bar soap. I love a good lavender spray. My clothes, like, yes, I love lavender. Not so much rose, but for fragrance, lavender is at the top of the chart for me. Can you recommend something for hormonal breakout? And just because you use that word, I'm going to just slip over it, but definitely anything with antibacterial properties is good, but you can actually use that elderflower we were talking about, make it in a paste if you could get your hands on it. And this thing just went right out of my head. Buckthorn wheat is good. Anyway, I'm gonna come up, send me an email and I'll give you something for that. All right, Robert, how are you? Where have you been? Thank you to you, Chief KB. I've been using lavender oil because I like the fragrance. See what I mean? You could get really hooked on that lavender. Okay. It's good to see you. No longer in lockdown here in St. Catherine, Jamaica, but still carrying on social distance. Hope your family is safe and healthy. And thank you so much for that. And a lot is going on, Robert. Anyway, let's see who is here. Guys, if you're watching, feel free to comment. Don't be afraid to comment. I tend to stop and read the comments sometimes. That's how I get to interact with you. And I don't know you're watching if you don't comment. So please comment. And Rita love lavender. And then we have Rada. This popped to my feed for no reason, but since I'm here, I have to ask anything for a dry and oily face. My skin is flaky, but at the same time, it's also not dry, very hot. Okay, so what is happening while your skin is flaky is the fact that that is the dead skin cell on your face that you need to get rid of. The skin do clean itself, but for extra help, if you want it to look radiant and glowing, you got to get rid of the flakiness. So the way to get rid of the flakiness is to exfoliate your skin. And you can use natural stuff that you already have in your kitchen to exfoliate your skin. You can use stuff like brown sugar mixed with a little olive oil. You can also use some rice. Get some rice, blend it to a powder, and tip a little bit of rose water or plain old water, and just use it to rub on your face. Rinse it off, pat dry the skin, and then you get your favorite moisturizer to use on the skin. The flakiness is definitely from dead skin cell. You need to exfoliate your skin at least twice per week. 3 times is best, but at least twice a week to start. And wash your face every day. Exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week. Use a good moisturizer. Anything with like a little bit of a shea butter might be good for your skin. I personally like oil, so I use a lot of oils. For dry skin, you can use a little bit of olive oil. Depending on your age, you can get an oil that is rich in vitamin A if you're over 30, or you can get a good vitamin E oil to use on your skin. You can also choose to use some sesame seed oil if you have wrinkles and fine lines. But the base is to make sure to wash your face and exfoliate at least 2 to 3 times a week so that whatever you apply to your skin could actually absorb in the skin. Once you start exfoliating, you're going to notice that that flakiness is going to be a bye-bye, out the window, out the window. Too lazy to do a homemade facial scrub? Go to the store and buy yourself one. Simple. All right, so let's move on. Who else is here want to comment? Darling, watching from Nashville, Tennessee. And how you guys doing out there in Tennessee? You guys have some terrible weather recently. And Norma cooks lavender oil stimulate your brain. And yes, and that's why I like it. And Annette, welcome to the family. Darlene. So Darlene, I don't you're new, I think. I don't see the first comment, but welcome, welcome. Feel free to comment, feel free to chime in, guys. That's what we do here. Now the last herb that I have on my list was thyme. Okay, and thyme, personally, guys, I don't cook with thyme. I think thyme just make me burp. Like, I don't know, man, but I grew up eating a lot of thyme. Like, the family would not put anything on the fire without using a little bit of a thyme in it, like thyme to season the chicken, thyme. But I don't like thyme, so I don't use it. But there's this thyme out there that someone was telling me about, and it is called the lemon thyme. All of these herbs that I talk about, guys, some of them have different variety, like the sage, which I won't get into. You have different kinds of sage. You have purple sage, you have white sage, and some people use different color sage to do different things. Thyme is also like that. But if I was to use one thyme, it would be this lemon thyme. Really good, different. It's not like the regular thyme. The leaves are a little rounder, and it do have a like nice little lemon thing going on with it. However, thyme on the old is good to use on the skin. And if you're not comfortable with using thyme on your skin, research it for yourself. You have the thyme in your kitchen. Before you let it stay there and get dry, wash it, put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it, and then you take it out, take the leaves off, brew it just the way you brew your green tea, and use it up with your banana. Get a banana, ripe banana, half a banana, put a little of the thyme mixture in it, blend it, and use it on your face. If you have dry skin, mix that banana with the thyme, apply it to your skin. It's gonna help. If you have dull skin, amazing for your skin. Acne prone skin, guys. And for those of you that get your regular monthly pimple, a little thyme paste is good. All right, a little thyme paste, meaning you blend that thyme to a paste, add a little water to it, and spot treat those little pimples. It's good because it has antibacterial properties that is going to get rid of all of that bacteria from it. Another thing that thyme is good for, this lemon thyme that I so personally like, is good for bad breath. Thyme, however, get a bad rap because people would think that, oh, the breath, but actually it helps. Mix some of that thyme with some toothpaste and use it to brush your teeth. When you're done, your mouth is going to feel like you use mint. It's going to give you the same reaction, the same taste, the same freshness as the mint. Try it if you think I'm joking. All right, so that is thyme. I want to spend the 2 minutes to talk to you guys. So I hope you learned something today. We talk about basil, we talk about dandelion, we talk about rosemary, we talk about sage, we talk about lavender, we talk about elderflowers, we talk about thyme. Did I miss something? Why am I thinking that I missed something? Hope I didn't miss anything, but oh my goodness, yes, I missed one of my favorite that I was saving for the last, and that is parsley. Guys, aren't you wondering how I'm not talking about parsley? Well, for those of you who are new, it's like one of my favorite things to use around my eyes because it is loaded with vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E. It's good for your skin. For dull skin, parsley is amazing. And I have several recipes on my channel using the parsley leaf. True story. I had severe dark under eye circles, okay? And I start to research what is good for, getting rid of the dark under eye circles. I spend a good bit of money. I'm not going to say thousands of dollars. Mind you guys going to think I have thousands of dollars like that. But yes, I spend a good bit of a penny when it comes on to getting creams and portion and all of that good stuff to get rid of my dark under eye circles. They were still there. And if you think I'm lying about my dark under eye circles, go and look at some of my older videos. As a matter of fact, go and look at my skin from some of my older videos 4 years ago. And you're going to be like blown away at the difference. Yes, I'm wearing makeup now. You can't see, but I have many videos out there with no makeup on. All right, so I discovered the parsley, okay? And I start using the parsley under my eyes. Lo and behold, guys, that thing worked like a charm. And all of you watching my oldies, you know I swear by this parsley. It's for a reason. It really and truly get rid of my dark under eye circles. Okay, I like to use it directly, and I like to mix it with a lot of things. I try so many different versions of using this parsley, for areas around the eyes, and I never ever fail. Never ever fail. Whenever I just stop doing things I'm supposed to do to take care of myself, or I'm a little stressed out and those dark lines and circles come back, I always turn back to the parsley leaves. Juice the parsley, whip it up, put it in some Ziploc bag, put your cotton pads in it, use it over your eyes. Mix some parsley juice with even the good old Vaseline. It's gonna help to get rid of the wrinkles. It works like a charm for me. However, guys, sometimes you're gonna see immediate result, and I saw immediate result using parsley on my skin. But if you want result, you gotta keep using these things. Just as with anything else, if you lose weight and you just stop the working out, stop eating right, stop doing what you're supposed to do to control that weight, what is going to happen? You're going to gain back that weight. It's the same with your skin. When you start to take care of your skin, you always have to do it. You eat every day, you got to take care of your skin just the same. Because when you give up and you stop for a month or two, for some people, you're right back at square one. So anything you do, keep doing it. Now, I have a question to answer. A lot of people, sometimes they come on my channel and they're like, I'm confused. You have so many things, so much recipe. I don't know where to start. This channel is worldwide, okay? We're dealing with millions of people. And I like to talk about how much views per day the channel gets. This channel sometimes gets 300,000 to 500,000 views per day, okay? Now, especially when go back a week or two and you see those videos, when you just post, you might see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views, but those same videos is going to eventually get the views. So that is why we get that amount of views. So we're dealing with a lot of people, 3 to 4 million, 2 million something per month sometimes, okay? Now, 2 million is on the low side, all right? So that's a lot of people we're talking to, and everyone's skin is different. So we're going to have a lot of different remedies out there. Not all the videos or remedies are for you, but they're always going to be for someone. So please know that find a recipe or a remedy that you think will be suitable for your skin, okay? And also, never ever use one thing forever. You got to change it up, because when you use something on your skin all the time, just like when you get food and you eat it all the time and you can't bother with it, that's just the way the skin reacts to whatever you use on the skin. You're eating rice every day, you get tired of the rice. After the rice do nothing for you no more, same with the skin. You're using one mixture on your skin every day, it's gonna get tired. So try something new, and that's what this channel is all about. Giving you new ideas, fresh ideas. And also, we are very big on sharing what is going on in the skincare world. So even though we're talking about just natural remedies, natural products that you can find in your kitchen, we are actually educating you on things that the manufacturers out there are using to put in their skincare product, the upgraded, updated version. And why we talk about parsley and sage and dandelion and rosemary and all these things, because guess what? Skincare products, the skincare companies has taken a different route nowadays. Everyone is going natural, and everyone is turning back to the natural stuff, like the natural herbs and spices. And this is what you're finding in your skincare. People are using rice and they're making purpurized cream, and they're selling it for $100 or $90, and I share my purpurized on this channel with you guys, and I give it to you for just a few. And it's no joke. It might sound like, but yeah, it's just a few. And if you think I'm joking when it comes on to these ingredients, just take up your favorite skincare product and turn it around and read the labels. Read the labels and you definitely will see. Some things I share on here, you see it after and you're like, oh yeah, that's what she was talking about. So definitely, guys, this show is not a mimic. We definitely bring you things that are good and we give you real information, not like just because we want to get a video out here. No, research, use, because I'm doing it for you, but more so I'm doing it for myself. So that's our show today, guys. I love you guys. I noticed, guys, we haven't been doing the Friday show, but we'll get back to it soon. It's not going to be on a Friday, I can tell you that. It might be on a Wednesday night, but definitely I miss that show. It's one of my favorite shows. Let's Talk Skincare with Khichibeauty, because that's the time I get to explore and talk about all the new invention, all the new enzyme, all the new oils that they're now using. I love that show. But the honest truth is that show, because of the time, we didn't get enough views on the show or enough support on the show, and that's why we kind of pulled the plug on it. But I don't want to stop that show, so we probably will bring it back, probably next month or so, but it's gonna be nighttime since it's, Let's Talk Skincare with Khichibeauty. All right, so that's the show today, guys. I love you. I hope you learned something. Whatever it is that we talk about on the show and you're not familiar with it, you have a gadget watching us on, I suggest that you just do a little research for yourself, okay? And if you find something that I didn't mention, come back and share it with us. We all here to learn from each other. Thank you, Ikeda Garden, for supporting the channel by giving us a donation. We thank you for that. And in case you, hello, Makeup Forever, how are you? And let's see if I missed something. Okay, dear, no, you hear about them in time to use them. All right, so we are moving on. And in case you're wondering, how did Ikeda did that? It's actually down below. Normally, when you're commenting on the chat, there's a $sign. If you want to support the channel, you can actually click on that sign and contribute something. We don't talk about it, but it is there. So now you know how to use that little $sign at the bottom. All right, guys, my time is up. Watch the video, share the video, take notes. And if you miss some of the videos from last week, go back, take a look at them. If you want to find something that is geared for your skin, always read the comment or the description box. In the description box, I normally give an overview of exactly what we're making the remedy for, so that's good. And to read the description box right below the video, there's a little arrow. If you click on that, you're going to see a lot of things down there. You're going to see recommendation, you're going to see products where you could find them. You're going to have a lot of things. Oh, also my Instagram, guys. I just started to try to get my Instagram up, and we're basically on our way to 10,000. So if you have not yet started following me on Instagram, please go over there and support. We do shorter videos on Instagram, like 1-minute videos and stuff like that. So like we break down a 10 minutes video and we just give it to you in a minute. And sometimes we do other things that we don't really post on YouTube. So support my Instagram channel by just giving me a little follow. Okay, let's get it up to 10,000 so we could get things rolling. All right, guys, that's my time. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week for another in our series, Sunday Chit Chat with Khichibeauty. And welcome to all of you guys who is here for the first time. And when you watch, feel free to comment. That's what we're here for. You know something, I miss it out, I say something, you think that, comment. That's what we like, okay? Bye-bye. Have a good week.